What's up, boys and girls? It's your guy RaDuhKewl. It's been a while since we have done a Behind the Creator episode, but we're back. And I had to bring a man who has some very, very important news, although it's not really news, but a very important event upcoming.
Kind of news.
True. I mean, I don't know if you ever released it publicly or whatnot. I'm pretty sure you posted some pictures, right?
Yeah, some. On the personal IG, not on the YouTube.
All right. So the Ribs fan base, everyone that's alive and kicking and starved in the Ribs fan base is ready for this news. We have a wedding upcoming, and I figured it would be the perfect way to bring Behind the Creator podcast back with my guest, Ribs Rocco. I don't know which side you're going to be when I edit, but he's here.
Yeah,
he's
whatever.
Looking yapper, dapper,
Bro.
bald.
Thank you. I busted out the new watch for this.
Chill. He definitely took it much more seriously than me. I mean, the button up, the fresh shave. I showed up in a little green shirt.
No, you're looking good though, man.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate that.
Hell yeah.
But before we dive into the full podcast, right off the bat, man, how does it feel that it is April? You get married in June. What are the anxiety, the feelings that you're just feeling right now?
Yeah. So I'm coming up just short, or just a little over 2 months actually. I get married June 22nd. So it's going to be crunch time. There's a lot that's going on, man. Like, I don't know if you've ever had to plan like a big event like this.
Nope.
But I got a big Italian family. I love them all dearly, but they are a lot to handle. If you've seen me and how I react online, I played up maybe a little bit, but I guarantee you every one of my family members is worse than that.
Oh,
and
nah.
they are genuine. So yeah, it's stressful, but it's something I'm really excited for. I've been with my fiance for 7 years. We had our 7-year anniversary in February. So I am definitely excited to take this next step. It's going to be sick, man.
Oh, yeah.
Looking forward to it.
So you guys are like high school like sweethearts? Is that what they call it? Like,
yeah. So we actually met in like middle school.
damn.
So,
Middle school sweethearts.
Yeah, but we didn't start dating until like sophomore year of high school because I didn't think she liked me. I thought I was beat, bro. I thought I was beat. I did not think I had it like that. But
you were playing football and shit, man. I know you had it.
The Rizzler. Yeah, I mean, I played football and volleyball until I quit to make money. I gave up that life for the bread shack. Panera Bread, baby. Worked there on for 9 months, quit on 9/11. True story.
Crazy. Panera. I actually didn't know. Okay, so two things right there. I didn't know you played volleyball, and I did not know you worked at Panera. That was actually
Oh, really? Dude, those were like two like life-changing experiences for me. Like genuinely. Yeah, no, so I was like really fucking I wasn't like lame in high school. I was mildly popular, I would say. I was the lowest of like the popular kids, but I was like the coolest of like the not popuar kids, if that makes sense. Is how I would describe it.
Good middle ground.
Yeah, I was like a wallflower jumping between each group. But yeah, so I was just fucking lame ass kid watching anime. Anime wasn't as cool in like freshman year of high school for me, which was like what, 2014, 2015. That's like when it started to become cool.
Yeah. And
Haiku just came out, and I was like, bro, this short guy can fucking play volleyball. That's hype. I forget the libero's name in that, but I read that shit and I was geeked, bro. I was like, I gotta do that shit.
Yeah, so to replicate that. Okay.
Yeah, so I joined my high school club volleyball team. It was pretty fun. I did pretty good too. I mean, I quit that eventually to work at Panera Bread, but it was a lot of fun when I did it.
Yeah. Were like you good? Like made it to like championships we're talking, or like
our high school volleyball team was actually goated. We were like the best in our division. So I mean, the year after I quit, they did go to like state championships. I wasn't a part of that team, so I can't say I went. But a lot of the people that I played with went, so it was pretty cool, man. Pretty cool.
This might be a personal attack, but I gotta ask, like, were you physically capable of spiking the ball over the net?
I could get the ball over.
Oh, okay.
Spiking is questionable. I could do like, it's called like, we call it pipe attacks, attack from the second line. I would hit the ball occasionally. Most of the time, I would just bump it over. I wouldn't do anything crazy.
Okay. So I know them nets go up high, so
my hands could go above the net. Believe it or not, my hands could. Not a lot. It was maybe like half my hand.
That's all you need.
For me, I'm 5'5", bro. As long as you time it decently, like getting it's not bad. Not bad for my height. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, hey, I've already learned something about you right off the bat. If we ever have like IRL N10 Olympics, IRL N10 sporting game, you about to go in. I thought N10 was full of a bunch of non-athletes, so I'm.
Dude, no, I was in the best shape of my life when I played football and volleyball. I was like 135, just lean, bro. And then I moved out. Yeah, I moved out to PA, got real money, big boy job. Didn't know how to cook. First time away from the house. I ate fast food like crazy. Shot up to 195, and I was like, damn, bro. I'm almost in my stinky twos. As a man at like 9, I'm not 9 foot. At 5'5", bro, 195 did not look great on me. So then I started cutting, and now I'm 155.
Hell yeah, man. I mean, that's actually been a journey. Like, I don't get to actually talk to you so much because, you know, we'll dive into it more, but you're just such a busy man with work and this wedding planning and whatnot. But the few times that we do finally reunite, you have been talking about cutting, like, a lot. What's that whole journey been like recently?
Bro, so believe it or not, I do things, all right? I want everyone to know.
I know you're busy.
I know. Well, see, no, here's the thing. Here's my beef, right? Everyone was like, Rocco doesn't want to be a part of N10. Rocco doesn't care about content. Rocco just, like, he's doing his own thing. Like, we're all growing up. We are all growing up. And now all the homies know what life is like, bro. Like, I was thrown into the workforce at 19. I got my first apartment. I had to work, and it's the first time I've ever been responsible for bills. So obviously I'm stressed out about it. Yeah. I'm working overtime. I'm working a bunch so I can pay off everything. And yeah, it's not like my passion for content has never died, right? So it's so I'm getting a little off topic about like with the cut question, but I'll get there. I promise.
You're a great storyteller, so it's all you.
Yeah, the issue arises when there's too many things on your plate. I really am a firm believer of like, you have to just like pick something and just be really fucking consistent at it. And you know, I have done content like consistently, streaming wise at least, for like months on an end at a consistent time, way back when I like lived in my apartment, for some of you that remember that. And like that was great. I had a lot of fun doing it, and then I'm in a lull right now, so I gotta focus on. Before that, it was like buying the wedding ring and doing all that stuff, working a bunch of overtime, and then I was like, ooh, I don't want to get married and like look the worst I've ever looked in my life. I want to like take care of my health. So then I started going to the gym. I've been going to the gym consistently for like 2 years now. It's not like I've lost 40 pounds. Yeah. Which is crazy to think about. Like I'm down 40 pounds, man. And yeah, it was just like I looked at myself one day and I was like, damn, I don't want to look like this. And that was enough. I just started going to the gym. To buy my house, actually, I don't recommend this. I had a roommate. He was cool. That's another story. I mean, he was chill. He was chill for the most part. Until he didn't pay rent for like the last 3 months, and I was like, damn, that's tough.
That's a deal breaker.
Yeah, that was tough. But we fixed it. He's chill. He paid it all back. But yeah, in order to buy my house, I would just eat beans. And this is like genuinely no joke. I would eat black and pinto beans. They were 10 for 10 at the grocery store. So I would just buy cans of beans and like soup. Campbell's like chunky soup. They usually had a deal for that. Like it was like 3 for $6, so I'd buy 3 of them bitches. Yeah. And I literally lived on that for 2 years. That's how I gained so much weight, all that sodium I was eating. Yeah. And yeah, once I just cut that out, let me tell you, if you're living by yourself, rotisserie chicken is like $7. Yeah, it's $7 for a whole ass chicken. It feeds 4 people. Buy that and some like instant rice, bro. That's literally how I lost 40 pounds.
That's chicken and rice right there. Yeah.
I swear to, if you hate cooking, it's literally $7 for a rotisserie chicken. It's cheap for the most part. I mean, they're probably pumped with a bunch of like GMOs and stuff, but dude, they're cheap. They taste good. I can't complain. Like, That's literally all I've been eating. And then, yeah, I go to the gym every day after work, whether I'm working overtime or not. My schedule is like 6 a.m. to 2. But
Great.
overtime can either be 4 a.m. to 2 p.m. or I can stay later and do 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. And I've been staying later recently because they're being weird about morning overtime. Yeah. So, yeah, and then I hit the gym up from like 4 to 6. I'm in there lifting weights for an hour, and then I do an hour on the treadmill. But now that it's getting nicer out, I like to get outside and walk out there. So I usually hit the gym for an hour and then go on a hike or a walk. But yeah, man, that's been honestly a huge game changer for me. I feel a lot better about myself. I feel like happier, healthier, and
hey,
no, I didn't. I didn't even flex that hard. No,
that was only 10% of his power. That's crazy.
No, that made me sound like an asshole. No, that's not what I meant. Yeah, but it's chill, bro. It's been a lot for me, but you know, I'm chilling. I'm feeling good. I genuinely think this is the best I've felt in a while, health-wise. I'm happy. I'm chilling. Like, I really can't complain. I'm bald, which is still weird to me, but
you wear it good, man.
Yeah, I mean, my head's not that weirdly shaped. I could be
nice.
Could be worse, but
it's smooth.
Yeah, ever
since
since the charity stream, bro, I'm still not used to it. I still wear a hat a lot.
Yeah,
I gotta get this thing tan before the wedding.
Is there any tendencies, like, I know, like, I got LASIK, so then even after I got LASIK, I would keep, like, instinctually, like, going to, like, fix my glasses or anything. Do you find yourself doing anything, like, hair related? But, like, you're like, yeah, I don't have hair.
All the time. Yeah. All the time. I swear to God, I, like, wake up in the morning and I see myself in the mirror, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I don't have hair. I swear to God. Like, I was stressed out one night, and I was wearing, like, a beanie, and someone said something that made me, like, do one of these, and I was like, where the fuck is my hair? And then I was just like, oh wait, I'm bald.
That was crazy.
Yeah, no, it's tough. It's tough being like this. My sick and twisted thoughts in my head.
Like, just out of curiosity, because hey, my hairline's going. I'm joining you soon. But what does it feel like to be bald? Like, if you had to describe being bald, like, do you feel the wind just hitting your head when you walk?
Oh yeah, bro. It's colder than I thought. Really? I didn't realize how much a little bit of hair helps, but it's fucking cold. Like, the first,
like, lotion your scalp too, like, really protect
Oh yeah, bro. You gotta use lotion, and like I use fucking sunscreen. Otherwise, the top of my head burns super bad.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's so cold though. Like, I have to wear a hat to bed sometimes because like my head gets so fucking cold.
I feel bad because I feel like we had a part in that. Like, we stripped you of your last remaining hair follicles. No,
it was time. I mean, it wasn't. I could have probably prolonged it a little bit longer, but I'm very much all or nothing. Like I said earlier, I would rather just be bald instead of like holding on to it. And it's like, I knew I was gonna get married soon, so it's like I don't want to be like balding in my wedding pictures. I would rather just be that bald guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
So that was kind of the biggest push over the edge for me. Yeah.
And what you just said, it actually made me think of another thing, because I did want to ask this question earlier when you're talking about the gym. I feel anyone watching us that watches N10 content or whatnot, they probably know that both you and I are not the best examples of consistency when it comes to content.
Yeah.
But you do talk about going all in or nothing, and you do talk about, you know, just picking that one thing and being super consistent with it. From my eyes and what I'm hearing, it definitely sounds like for you, it has always been being consistent with your work, making your money, getting those priorities straight, and recently for the past 2 years being super consistent with the gym. Going to the gym and just being consistent in general for anything is like something that the whole general public, everybody in life, like, struggles with, wants to get better at. What do you feel like works for you? How do you motivate yourself to just be consistent with your work or the gym? Like, what's your kind of method to the madness?
Yeah, so in regards to the gym, what got me going was, I don't know, having a support group is really nice. Just like with the N10 boys with content, like, I might not be doing shit right now content-wise, but I see everyone making videos popping off. Rox had a huge video pop off. Night Sky just had a video that popped off. Cisco has been popping off. Key has always been in his own little realm with Kingdom Hearts, just killing it. Literally everyone's been doing amazing, and I see that, and the shorts are killing it. And I'm like, damn, man, like I have all these ideas, I just gotta fucking do them. And in that regard, content-wise, I have always haven't been as consistent, but that is due to it being a more creative field. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I'm just more judgmental on my work, and no work is bad work, but bad work in my head is just not good. Like, I don't want to show it, which is a bad mentality to have. I'm still trying to get out of that mind dungeon, my sick and twisted thoughts. But when it's something like working out, or like going to the gym, or going to work and working out, all that shit, I don't know, I know what I need to work for. And when you have what you want in mind, in like you can set a pathway to get there, and it's not as daunting. And like I said, if you have people that'll like check in on you, like I have a coworker who's really cool. His name's Justin, and he didn't really know me before I moved out here. Like, he was just a weld inspector on our line, and he does bodybuilding shows. And I asked him one day, because I was like trying to lose some weight for the wedding like 2 years ago. I was like, hey man, like, you're obviously killing it. What do I need to do to get better? And he texts me every weekend and is like, hey man, just want to check in. How are you doing? And he's just like, asked me genuinely. It's like the nicest thing ever that someone has just like done. Yeah. And he's just like, hey man, like, what's up? How's your progress going? Like, can you show me how like everything's going, your macros and all that shit? Like, he gave me an app. I track all my calories and stuff. And yeah, it's just like as simple as like, hey, are you being accountable? And that's really nice. It's that's probably the biggest thing that's helped me. And yeah, and like I said, once you have an idea of like where you want to go, it's great, because I'm the king of just setting an expectation of like, I want to do this at like this date. So like, for an example, I was like, in high school, I said I want to buy a house by the time I'm 21, and I did it. Like, that's cool. Like, I don't know. I'm very hard on myself because I feel like I'm not doing enough. But when I really step back and think about, like, damn, I'm 23 now, but I closed on my house when I was 21, which is fucking crazy. Yeah. And like with weightlifting, I was like, I want to be like 150 to 155 for my wedding, and I'm 155 right now. I mean, I still got 2 months. I could definitely hit 150. Yeah. I'm on track. So it's when you have a specific goal in mind, granted, those are just arbitrary numbers. You don't need to have those. In my mind, I was just like, I don't know. I'm kind of hard on myself. I'm like, I'm not successful if I do this, but like, that's a bad mentality to have. You shouldn't do that. It's all about increments, and having that group that you can like check in with and being like, hey, I am doing so-and-so. Can you help me out? Or, hey, this is what I'm doing. Can you look at this? And blah, blah, blah. So yeah, it's just trying to be mindful and setting realistic expectations to where you feel like you can keep working at it. And that's my biggest problem with content, because I have too big goals, and that makes me fail. And so then I obviously don't do anything. So yeah, that's more or less my issue.
Yeah, 100%. No, I mean, I feel you. I'm sure many, many, many people have just so many dreams, as you should. Everybody should have some dreams to achieve, some higher arching goals. But as I'm sure you've learned firsthand, it's like, until you have those little stepping stone goals, it's like,
bro,
they just seem so out of reach. Like, you know, for me, I want to work on a movie one day, but until I have smaller stepping stones to get there, my ass is never gonna work on a movie, and I'm just gonna give up on it or lose faith or say I'm a failure, just like you said, like that self-inflicting way of thinking. So whatever you know, the listener's dream is, whatever Rocco's dream is, whatever my dream is, it's like you definitely need those smaller stepping stones, and give yourself a couple years, give yourself months, decades, like however long it takes.
Yeah, that's another big thing you just said, is that if you don't do the time, it's just not gonna happen. Exactly. And that's part of the thing I've realized with content too. It's like, I just got to do the time, and my time to do that, I think personally, just isn't right now. And that doesn't mean I'm not gonna do it, because I fully intend on doing it. I don't have the time or the mental capacity to fucking deal with that right now, and I'm aware of that. But you better fucking bet your bottom dollar I am gonna come back, and I will do it eventually.
Yeah.
Like, it's just one of those things, man. I love making videos. Every time I do it, it's fun. Playing games with my friends, I will always be doing, so might as well stream it at some point. And yeah, I just, once everything is said and done, and like I actually live with my fiance, or she'll be my wife.
Yeah.
I won't have to drive fucking back and forth all the time like I have been, which is like, it's a 30-minute drive. That's an hour total of my day that I'm driving anytime we hang out. So it's like, damn, that's tough. And that's an hour I could be making content, editing, doing literally anything. Yeah. But yeah, it's just wild, bro. It's wild.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, I do want to talk more about, like you had mentioned with the content, like it is your priority, it is something you want, but just not at this current time. So I do want to talk more about what you have in the future. But before we get there, we do have to talk more about the present. And I do want to go back to your wedding. As you talked about, like at 23, you already got your house, your good paying job, about to have a wife, a wedding. Obviously, you're proud of all that, but I'm sure there's so many people. I mean, me at 25, I personally don't even see myself getting married or possibly ever owning a house. So, like, for our generation, you're doing shit that, like, some people can only dream of, and some people have already given up on. I don't want to say I've given up on it, but it just seems so unrealistic. So, yeah, I guess if you could touch upon more, like, how it all kind of just fell into place for you. I'm sure that goes hand in hand with, like, the consistency and whatnot. And then I would just like to dive more into the wedding. Like, this was an exciting event, just how all that work you had to put in, how excited you are. You talked about your family that is going to be there, and it's going to be that Italian experience. Like, if you could just dive a little bit more into, you know, that whole wedding ordeal.
Yeah, so I feel like what's coming up in like the next 2 months is a culmination of everything that I've been working towards the last 7 years of my life, bro. And I genuinely mean that. Like, I moved out to Pennsylvania to follow my fiance. I was in Ohio still when she went out to college. We were doing long distance for a year. That year fucking sucked. And yeah, bro, it was not fun. But like, through all that, I was working full time and going to weld school at night. So like, my schedule during that time was I would wake up, go to work at 6, work until 2, drive 30 minutes to weld school, and be there from 3 to 11. And then I would get home at midnight. And then I would get 6 hours of sleep and do it again every day.
Non-stop.
Every day I did that shit. And yeah, that shit sucked, bro. That was like that was the worst year of my life, I think, genuinely. Like, that was so fucking busy. And that was like my first big absence from streaming, because that was right after high school. And yeah, that was a big transitionary period to me. And while I was at weld school, though, a job opportunity came up to move out to PA. They paid for the move. They gave me like $5,000 to move and like buy shit. So that was sick. And it was 30 minutes away from my girlfriend's college. And yeah, then I moved out here. It was in the middle of COVID, so I couldn't even see her. So I was out in PA, no friends, knew nobody, stuck in my apartment. So then I was like, shit, I'm going to stream again. So I streamed a lot, and that went well. And yeah, so then I was on my fucking grind because I couldn't do anything when my girlfriend's whole school was locked down. So I just worked overtime. I was like, all right, I want to have a house before I get married. Like, that is a priority for me. So I just grinded, bro. Like, swear to God, I was doing 60-hour work weeks, like, every week for probably, like, I think I went 3 to 4 months straight on 60-hour work weeks. And yeah, that was, I mean, don't get me wrong, that takes a toll on yourself. Like, it's not great for your mental health. I don't recommend doing what I did. Can I be so honest? I ate beans during that whole time period and soup. Beans and soup in 60 hours a week. Swear to God, and like fast food. I was so unhealthy. But like I did it to buy my house. So it's like hand in hand. Like it's good, it's bad. But yeah, so I worked super hard for that, and yeah, it was just literally just working. I had a plan structure. I knew I wanted to buy the house, and then let me run it back. I got the house in May of 2022, and I believe when did I propose to Maddie? It was a year and a half ago. So I think I got my house first, and then that following December, like a couple months later, I proposed. And then we had like a year and a half for planning the wedding because I needed more money because I just dropped like 20K on a house.
Yeah, I mean, you know, just a light purchase, just a house. Yeah. So.
Dude, it was Dude, you will never know the sadness of seeing $20,000 just leave your bank account.
I can imagine.
It was so depressing, bro. But yeah, so once that all happened, I was like, shit, all right, well, I got the house, got the ring. Now we just got to save up for the wedding. And let me tell you, bro, weddings are expensive.
So I've heard.
Swear to God, I probably could have bought another house.
Crazy.
Genuinely, swear to God. It's, no, the wedding is going to be a rager, though. It is going to be so fucking sick. It's going to be open bar. It's on a beautiful property. Yeah, we have a really cool Italian tradition called the Tarantella dance that I'm looking forward to. Okay. So basically, do you know what the Tarantella dance is by chance?
I do not.
I'm just going to ask.
All right, I'm a quarter Italian, so let
me break this shit down for you. So at Italian weddings, there's like at least 2 to 3 things that are going to happen. One, there's going to be an Italian cookie table. That is a must. There's going to be, I think my mom ordered, I think it was like over 1,000 cookies.
Jesus Christ.
Literally, swear to God, it's literally over 1,000 cookies. Yeah, and there's gonna be, I think, 225 people coming to the wedding. Crazy. So
big wedding.
Dude, my brother's wedding was 300 something.
Damn.
We have a cap on ours, so it had the max it can be is 225. But yeah, we're gonna have an Italian cookie table. The Tarantella dances happen at Italian weddings, and usually someone just gets like mostly naked at the wedding. It just happens. Someone usually just takes off their clothes. Okay. I don't know entirely why that happens, but I swear to God, every Italian wedding that I've been to, it just all the shirts come unbuttoned.
Stripping.
Everyone's got the chains on. Like it's just how it goes. I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
But let me get back to the Tarantella.
Yeah, I was
gonna say. The dance. So the Tarantella is when everyone grabs like there's usually specially made napkins with the bride and groom's name on it, and it has like the date, and everyone starts like waving them like a terrible towel. You know what I mean?
Yes. This happened at my parents' wedding. Okay.
It's a Tarantella. Yeah. So everyone starts waving them, and they played like the traditional fucking song. It's really weird. Look up Tarantella dance song if you're interested. And everyone circled the bride, and there's usually an aunt and uncle or whoever standing there with a bag. You throw $1 in the bag or however much you want. Usually it's like $1. And then you run into the circle and you twirl the bride around, right? So then and then the bride just keeps getting passed off to the relatives to get spun. And usually like they kiss them. They just give them a big old peck on the cheek or the lips, depending on how drunk they are. And, and then after the dance is done, after everyone's thrown $1 in and twirled the bride around, the family forms a circle around the bride, and the bride is in the middle. And then I am going to be on the outside, right? And then I have to break in to receive my bride, right? So it's kind of like a capture the bride moment. Wow. And bro, when I tell you these things get fucking rowdy, it is crazy. The last time I was a part of one was at my cousin Becca's wedding. Her and her husband Adam. Dude, Adam, he's a big fucking dude. Big, bald Pennsylvanian guy. And he fucking ran me over like a linebacker, bro. He tore me up. I was like in middle school when this happened, too. This boy lowered his shoulder and plowed my shit, bro.
Crazy.
It was crazy. No, it was fun as hell. And then everyone's like locked arm in arm. So the second I go down, I'm yanking my like aunts, uncles, everyone's going to the fucking ground.
My hip.
Swear to, dude, no joke, swear to God. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, the shit gets rough. But it is one of my favorite parts of any wedding that I've ever been to. So I'm very excited to have my own Tarantella dance. Well, I won't be dancing. Maddie will be dancing. Yeah. But I will break in to save my bride for sure.
You'll be dusting off the football cleats and getting ready to truck through, claim your bride.
And then after that, everyone does a shot in celebration.
Nice.
So yeah, it'll be sick.
Definitely sounds like a rager for sure, man. I mean, has the I'm sure it's a no-brainer, but like, has the whole process just been a headache? Like, are you just ready for it to just come and be over with? Like,
yeah, bro. All right. Well, all right. Let me be completely honest with you. I really haven't done too much of the planning. Maddie is doing a lot of the planning. I'm usually just like, whatever we need. Here's my card. Like, I'll buy it. Whatever the fuck. Like that. I'm working on a bunch. There's a few things that I really cared about. Like, we had an audio guest book. We're having an audio guest book at our wedding. I don't know if you know what that is.
I assume it's a guest book and it runs through the names by audio, or
no. Okay, so you know how like at weddings you sign like your name and like, oh, we love you guys so much, blah blah blah. Here's it. So instead of having that, we're gonna have a phone, and you pick it up and you're like, yo, Rocco, Maddie, it's Matt. Like, Rocco has a fat dick, and then I'll say that shit. Yeah, you can say whatever the fuck you want, and then that's your message for us. Nice. And then we can listen back to everyone.
That's pretty cool. Cause then,
yeah, so that's
decades down the line when you have like family members, friends that have like passed and whatnot. Like, you always got like a segment of their voice just like immortalized. Yeah,
it's super fucking cool, and we're gonna get it pressed on vinyl. So like all the messages, they're getting pressed on vinyl because I'm a big vinyl guy. I like record players and shit. So yeah, that's like what we're doing. For the guest book, but I really wanted a phone that was shaped like a hamburger.
That's unique.
It was a hamburger phone, right? That's dead ass what it was. But she didn't like that idea, obviously, because it doesn't match the vibes. Yeah. But this was like my one ask. I said, please let me get the burger phone. Like, please. I got shot down, but it would have been sick. But we still do have the audio guest book. I'm very excited about that, and yeah, it'll be cool. Everything looks really nice. She has everything fucking planned out to the T. The only thing that we have like left decoration wise is our like wedding favors to everybody is gonna be the cups that they use. We're thrifting a bunch of like goblets and water cups, and then everyone, like, when they come in, they can be like, pick a glass, and then they'll probably just grab whatever glass they think is coolest, and then they can take that home with them if they want. If not, we'll take them and probably just fucking donate them again.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, that's the like the last headache thing that we're doing. We're trying to find a bunch of cool goblets.
Nice, man. Nice hype. I'm honored to be invited. I'm excited. I already got that PTO. I'm ready to go and celebrate your big day. So I like being able to get all this additional context to it, that the fact that it's a culmination of the past however many years you said. Like, I think it's gonna be really cool, and like, at the end of the day, that's your day, man. That's your
day. I'm excited, bro. Fucking 7 years in the making.
Crazy. And so much grinding, like to an extreme degree. Like, everyone does have to grind and pay your dues, but you've definitely done it to like an literally unhealthy extreme degree, but it paid off because you out here about to get married, house, shit's going well for you, man. And I do actually also think it's great for you to finally just be able to say this like online, because like you said, to start off the podcast, so many people are like, you don't care about content, this and that, but like, you've been grinding on shit. It's just, you don't really share it with people,
I promise I care. I care so much.
Exactly.
But like, I don't know. Like I said, you can only focus on so much stuff, and that's one thing, man. On the internet, everyone wants to just like go, and like, I want to be super successful on the internet right now, and it's just like we said, you gotta put the time in, and my time to do that isn't right now. Like, I'll be fucking 30 and I'll be making videos. It might not be about Nintendo. It might be about fucking watches or something. I'm really into watches right now. I don't know why, but like that's what I'm interested in.
Yeah.
And I've been reading a lot. I've been reading a lot of books. Maybe I'll fucking make a book review channel. Who knows?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be making some kind of content, whether
Still
it's
content.
gaming. Yeah, whether it's gaming, whether it's fucking watches, whether it's books. It doesn't matter as long as you're fucking doing something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also, I'm like 23, bro. What the fuck do people want to hear from me?
So much
like,
time, dude.
Dude, I'm it's crazy. Why is everyone in a rush? I've been saying that. Like, I says the guy who fucking wanted to buy a house at 21. I'm obviously in a rush too, but
hey, man.
I don't know. I just feel like I'm 23. I'm trying to get more life experience. We're all experiencing life at the same time. Might as well fucking enjoy yourself, be healthy. Fucking just do the best you can. That's all we can do. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And you're fucking killing it. You got your own place now. You're working big boy film job.
Appreciate it.
You know how you know how it is.
I know exactly how it is. The grind. You work. You come home. You're like, oh yeah, remember all those passions I had? I'm a little tired today. Maybe tomorrow. And
bro.
The next day and the next day. The more you give your all to your job, or if content is your job and you give it all to your content, the other things do just fall to the wayside. Not because you don't care, but because it's just not the time for them. And until you can establish a better balance and address a little bit more attention to whatnot, you know, that's just how life goes, like 100%. So I hear you, I understand you, and I definitely got a much better sense of what you're dealing with at 19 years old, now that I've been exposed to it, as I'm sure many other N10 members, community members, and just people in general would you know, back that up. It's like, until you experience it, you don't know shit.
Yeah, bro, it's tough. It's tough. And let me let you in on a little secret. I hate welding. I don't love it. So I'm actually right now, while I am trying to lose weight, plan the wedding, do all that shit, I'm trying to teach myself to code. So I've been trying to pivot out of welding so that I have more time to do stuff and I don't have to work overtime to support myself. And like, yeah, so that's like the biggest thing for me right now too, is like, yeah, I care about my health and blah 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 blah, but like the biggest thing for me now that I'm getting married is I want to make sure that I have time to be home for like once. You know what I mean? Like, I think back to my childhood, man, and I'm like, my mom raised me. She was a stay-at-home mom, and it was cool. I love my mom, but like my dad worked his ass off for us, and like I wish I had. It's sad to say, I have memories of my dad as a kid, but like that motherfucker was always on call. He had to go to work all the time, and in the manufacturing environment that I'm in, bro, that's like part of the gig. It's part of the gig, and I don't want to be a part of it. So I would love to pivot careers, get into tech if possible. The tech market's shit right now, but if I could learn how to program, I have a bunch of side gig projects that I'm kind of doing. I want to make the N10 like website. I've been planning that a little bit. A little low key. Yeah, that's part of my plans right now. And I've been working with Trent. We're talking about making like a daily game. We haven't done anything yet, but we've got some ideas for that because Trent's a programmer. He does that shit full time. And yeah, so I got shit in the works on that regard. I think doing programming stuff too could also be sick. I don't know if you watch Doug at all, or like all those guys on Twitch. And
I'm sure
like
nice
Pirate.
guys.
Yeah,
Doug,
Pirate Software, all those guys, fucking sick. Great content creators if you're interested in like programming stuff at all. They're really cool. Doug does a bunch of funny shit. He's like my favorite content creator right now. I've been watching a lot of. So yeah, a bunch of interesting stuff going on in my life, trying to figure it out. But yeah, it is what it is, bro.
Oh yeah, man. All right, I got time for 2 final questions. One is kind of taking it back to your past, and the other will be looking ahead to the future. So for the past question, you talked so much about the house and the wedding and everything, and I learned so much, as I hope many of the viewers did. But at what point, or like, can you even point a finger to a point in time where like you knew that you wanted a house by this time, you wanted to be married by this time, or did you not even know that? It's just kind of how life played out for you. Like, were you sitting in class one day in 7th grade and you're like, you know what, fuck it, man, I'm gonna buy a house at 21? Like, did you just know these things, or like did you have an epiphany? Like, how did it come to be?
Yeah, so when I was in like middle school, like start of high school, like 8th grade, 9th grade, I was like, I really like making videos. I like streaming. This shit's sick. Like, I want to do this. And then I was doing it, and I was like, damn, I am not good enough yet to like do this for like full time. I need to do something to support myself while I do this. And I was like thinking, I was like, fuck, what's the fastest way I can make the most amount of money? And I was like, not going to college, because that takes 4 years to get a degree. I was like, fuck, all right, what about trades? And I happened to live near one of like the best weld schools in America in Ohio. So I was like, fuck, it's like 40 minutes away. I'll just live at home and go to weld school. And I was like, if I do that, this was around sophomore year. I was like, if I do that, pass all my shit, theoretically, the high end of welders pay is like $30 an hour, right? And I was thinking, I was doing the numbers. I said, if I make $30 an hour, that's like $65,000 a year, roughly, I think. I could theoretically work and do content full-time, like content on the side full-time. And Trent was like, that's not gonna fucking happen. Luckily, that job that I got, that was 30 minutes south of Maddie's college, paid, it was like, when I got hired there, it paid $29, like 70 or something like that. Damn. It was just under 30. And I was like, that's fucking crazy. I'm 19 years old making damn near $30. And then the kicker with that is anything over 8 hours is time and a half. And anything on Sunday is double time. So then I heard that, and I was like, fuck, I could do something with that. It's like, I could really fucking make it work. So then when I found out about this job opportunity, I type in the group chat, hey, I have this great opportunity in Pennsylvania. Does anyone want to move to PA with me? I had one friend be like, fuck it, let's send it, right? And because of him, even though he was a shitty roommate at the end, it's literally because that guy I was able to buy a house, because he split the rent half. Yeah. And yeah, it was crazy. I really love that guy. I literally haven't talked to him since we had that falling out at the end, which is really sad, but he's the reason I was able to buy a house, and I really hope he's doing well. But I knew I wanted to buy a house like as soon as I got out to PA. I was like, I think this place is sick. I really love PA. It's really, it's just nice Ohio, low-key. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, it's cool, man. I knew I wanted to buy a house by 21 because I don't know. To be honest with you, it was just like a vibe. It was just like a thing in my head. I'm the expert of making up just obscure numbers. Like I said, like I want a house by 21. I want to be 150 by the wedding. Arbitrary number. Why? Yeah. But yeah, I knew I wanted that shit when I lived in my apartment for like a year and a half, and I was like, I'm getting out of here. I'm buying a house. And I closed on that bitch May 22nd, 2022.
Hell yeah. Well, I'm glad, it all worked out for you. But, it's something that so many people, even like I said, like me being a couple years older, like so many people my age, older, younger, like they couldn't even dream of it. Especially up in my area, Boston, places like California, New York, any hotspot city. Yeah. People in those cities don't even imagine in like their 40s, 50s, 60s ever owning a house. So for you to have that shit at 21, the age that you can start drinking, you already have a house. You're doing something right, crazy. Man. You're doing something right. 100%.
I appreciate that.
Anytime, bro. Anytime. Give me a kiss. Not kidding. The next question. The final question of the episode. as you're so oriented on focusing on one thing at a time, you had talked about getting the house, getting the welding school, getting the job, getting married, getting the ring. Once your wedding comes and goes, which, you know, focus on that, enjoy your big special day. But once the wedding passes, what is the next big thing? What is the next big thing that you are focused on 100% striving for? Is it going to be the coding? Is it going to be content? Is it something completely different? What is, you know, that next big thing for you in the future?
Yeah. What a great question, because I don't know.
No, you're keeping it open-ended.
I don't really know what the next steps are, man. I do know I'm going to enjoy every second of the wedding. I cannot wait. The honeymoon is in Dominican Republic, Punta Cana.
That's big. That's nice.
First time I'm ever getting on a plane and leaving the country. I've never been on a plane before.
That's big. Ever.
Yeah, bro. Ever. No.
Wow.
I'm from the Midwest. I drove everywhere. 12-hour drive was nothing.
True.
So yeah, that's crazy. I'm really looking forward to that. After that, man, when me and the lady live together, me and Maddie, that'll be sick. Like, that's genuinely, bro. I don't even. That opens up so many possibilities for me, because I don't have to worry. I'll always see her. It's like the biggest thing now is I just have to split the time between like my main hobbies of like weightlifting and just working. Working isn't a hobby, but like that takes up the majority of my day. Yeah. And like I've been reading at night. So like weightlifting and reading have been like my main two hobbies. And once Maddie lives here, bro, I that frees up at least an extra hour or two, probably more than that, because when we hang out, we're hanging out for like 4 or 5 hours. But yeah, that just frees up so much time. So I think what I'm planning on, I don't know if I'm gonna make a new channel or just do it on the Ribs channel. I would love to like do coding streams. I know that's probably a vibe killer, or it's not as like hype to watch because I'm trying to learn something. But I've been thinking about doing like a coding streams. I want to stream more, and I want to learn how to code. So the best way to do that is probably just combining the two. Yep. And if I stream and code consistently every day, I will obviously get better at coding, and hopefully I get better at streaming. You know what I mean? So that's probably the biggest goal. Financial goal though, I want to fix my house. I want to. Yeah, my house is
You've talked about like extra bathroom, like a bunch of renovations.
Yeah, that's a long-term goal though. It's probably gonna cost a lot. I want to add a bathroom upstairs. I want to fucking redo the kitchen, bathroom downstairs. Yeah, that's the biggest thing that we're talking about. After the wedding, at least, is like just some house stuff that we want to fix. But who knows how long that's gonna take. Personal goals though, I'm gonna cut back on the gym because I've been going hard on the gym for like the last 2 years, and free up some time there. And I really want to start taking like coding and streaming seriously, because the biggest thing, like I said, was always the money thing. Like, I'm living by myself, got a bunch of shit I'm paying for, the house and my car and all that shit. So I was like, fuck it. Now that Maddie's gonna be living with me and we'll have that extra income, I won't have to work overtime as much, and then I can focus more on my hobbies, and in return, hopefully stream and get out of welding.
Yeah, 100%.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, you just like literally indirectly described how to balance shit better, which I think if viewers take anything out of this podcast, like that right there is like, have your priorities, prioritize shit, and then look down the line. Yeah, this man survived off pinto beans. This man worked 60-hour weeks, but now he has a house and he has that leisure to be like, wow, I'm gonna have dual incomes. I already have a house. Now I can focus on streaming. Once you put in that grind, then in time your passions and that fun stuff will always come back to you. You don't lose it if you push it to the side, you know? Yeah,
for real, man.
This man is the example of it. I'm not trying to glaze, but like it's true. Like, this is a story that should be mad inspirational to many people.
Thanks, man.
Not just for content creation, but just any aspect in life. Like, it's something that a lot of people struggle with. and I've struggled with, and you know, numerous N10 members and many friends of mine have struggled with. Like, I suck at balancing time. I suck at managing this, and you know, nobody's perfect, but this man definitely is a strong example of getting it done.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Literally, as long as you do something a little bit every day, that's better than not doing it at all.
Fact.
So, like, if you get, like, I wanted to get better at reading, so I usually would just, like, read a paragraph or so before I go to bed every night. Now I read, like, a fucking chapter every night, and I fucking ended up reading 11 books last year after not reading anything. So
Crazy.
it's like, you just gotta start small. You just gotta start small, and then once that habit starts to build, then it is what it is, man. It's a fucking snowball effect. So
hell yeah. All right, man. I look forward to your wedding. I look forward to this whole next chapter for you and hearing about it on a personal level, but also just as a content level. I love to see your content return and your other pursuits like the coding. I think the coding streams are definitely, you know, a cool idea to always merge shit. That's what I've been doing with the wrestling content recently. It's like, if you have an interest or something you want to pursue, fucking merge it with shit you're already doing. Like, why not?
hell yeah, man.
So excited to see what direction that all goes in. But that's it. Behind the Creator is back. My boy Rocco is getting married. He's getting hitched. And he's got plenty more pursuits to come. Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate your time out of your busy schedule.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. It's been a blast. Hopefully I didn't ramble too much.
Oh, you're good. Like I said right at the start, you're a good storyteller. So I wanted to just give you a layup, and you were going to finish the slam dunk. I knew like everything you were going to say was just coming from the heart and genuine. And that's exactly what it was.
Hell yeah.
Bald little noggin, you know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Shit.
Shit's shiny today.
Don't just make sure you don't get a headphone dent if you start coming back to content, man. You gotta let the bald head rest, you know?
I already have one.
Oh, shit.
It's alright. Fuck it.
That's crazy. Anyways. Alright, boys and girls, peace out. Stay radical. Next Behind the Creator will be coming soon. Maybe we'll ramp it up to once a month. We'll see how it goes. I'm trying to balance some content. But definitely follow Ribs on social media. I'm sure you'll see some wedding pictures. Make sure to subscribe to YouTube. Follow his Twitch for the streams when he does come back. And until the next one, that's all I got for you. Peace.
Have a good one.